Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits on this beautiful, what day is today? Thursday? Today's Halloween. It's the 31st. How could I forget? So anyway, welcome to Zen Fits from Blackstone, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of your world. So tonight is Halloween, and it used to be, we live on South Main Street here in Blackstone, and in a 100-year-old house. You could sit on my front porch and imagine when it was horse and buggies going by the front of this house. That's how old this house is. It saw the first car on South Main Street. And it used to be that trick-or-treating, the kids would come in, a lot of country kids around here, and they would bring them in vans, and they would be on South Main Street, and the kids would be lined up the walk and down the sidewalk, and it would go from, say, 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock, and a steady stream of kids go through a barrel of candy. It was unbelievable. But then they changed the parking they removed parking from Main Street, so you can't park on Main Street anymore, and the other side streets became more concentrated for candy, so the kids stopped coming, and so it's been I don't even think we're just going to lock the door and turn off the light because it's not worth it. But anyway. But what is the title of this talk is, my Zen Fit for the day is, The Monsters Don't Come Here Anymore. So, as you know, I have a metaphorical mind, so I see everything metaphorically. Literally, it's just Halloween and kids and yada yada. But it's also kind of like Halloween is kind of like a morality play. In the sense that there's something other than just getting candy. There's just something other than kids getting dressed up in costumes. The idea behind Halloween is trick or treat, and that the demons, the monsters, are going to come to your door, and if you don't give them a treat, they're going to trick you. And when I grew up in New Jersey, 1950, in a small town, as a teenager, Halloween was trick time. You'd go out, you didn't care about getting the candy, you would go out and do tricks, spread toilet paper, do stuff, move things around, screw up the works, so when the adults got up in the morning, they would know you were there. They would know the tricks have been there, the trickster has been there. And you would have to clean up the mess, cuss them out, whatever, toilet, whatever. It could be vicious or just pranks, But the idea is the trickster coming and doing mayhem. There's a TV commercial that I like, an insurance company with Mayhem. And Mayhem's job is to trick you, is to screw you up, create mayhem. So this whole idea behind Halloween is mayhem. The night when mayhem is permitted, but the tricks has gone out of Halloween now. Mostly it's just treats. I have not seen a trick since I've been here. It's always been treats and the little kids, and they come, But boy, when I was growing up, there was roving bands of tricksters roving through the neighborhood causing mayhem, you see. Anyway, so what is the metaphor for me of Halloween? Well, everything is psychological. When I say you are the world and the world is you, I mean that. We live in a world. You are the world and the world is you means that you are at the center of the world you experience. The illusion is, the conditioned belief of our society, culture, is that the world the world out there that you see outside of yourself exists outside of you. Well, it does, but it doesn't. But you see, that is your experience. the whole world, if I look out this window of my front door right now, I see a car, I see the road and all that. That's the way I perceive it. I'm perceiving images, I'm perceiving sense data on the screen of my mind, and my sense of self puts it all together in a world, like a hologram. So we all kind of live in a hologram created by our own mind that is conditioned by our past, our culture, our religion, and all of that, you see. So it's a conditioned hologram or movie. Just like when you go to a movie and watch a movie, it's a conditioned world. It's created by somebody who wrote and acted out and produced the movie, you see. So we are kind of the producers of our world. We are kind of like the writer, the producer, and the actor. The character, and all of the characters are in my world, you see. And they really are out there, but at the same time, their meaning is created by me. You see, so I'm both the created and the creator of a world, but our culture, our map, our world map says you are the created. Our religion says God created you, and science says the Big Bang created you. But either way, you're created. And that's changing. That's changing. But anyway, this whole paradigm of just being the consumer, we don't want to be a consumer. We want to be an active. We want to create the world. We want to interact with the world. We want to change the world. We want to be a participant in the world, not the passive tool of the world. And so a lot of our revolutions and our revolts and all of that basically is revolting against being stereotyped and made into a consumer, an object, a voiceless face, you see, a passive, helpless, powerless thing. No, we want to speak out. We want to have our voice. We want to be a creator in the world, we see, So all of this is going on. But anyway, getting back to Halloween, is that as a morality play, as a psychological play, as a metaphor, you see, then the demons that come to my door, dressed in monsters, are me. Or they're my own negativities, my own grievances, my past, my hurts, my pains, my fears, my hopes, all dressed up coming to me. Now there's 3 ways to handle the demons at your door, the negativities at your door. One way is to scare them away. Now a lot of people like Halloween. Now my uncle had one, but I gave it away. But it was a big zombie. There's a picture on my Facebook. And it was voice activate movement. So when you came up there, it would lift his head up and say, wow, and freak the little kids out. They go running. It would come on. So there's one, you could scare the demons away. Or you can pretend they don't exist. You could knock the door, turn off the light, leave town, ignore them. Or you can give your demons candy. You can welcome them. And this is what Halloween's about, is that you welcome the demons. You welcome the monsters. You say, come on, open the door. Here, have a piece of candy. And the monster turns into a little kid. He comes up. The monster comes to our mind. The negativities, the fears come to our mind like dragons. You see. And we open the door and we say, oh, have a piece of candy. Come in for tea. I welcome you. I welcome every perception as a guide to the ground of my essential being, you see. So basically the Halloween, psychologically, as a working metaphor, is to welcome your fears, your feelings, your emotions, your mental states. Oh no, I'm all this. Oh no, you get away. I need a pill. I need a drink. I need to deny it. I need to avoid it. I need to go to a therapist. No, just welcome your demons. Welcome your feelings. Welcome all your negativities. Give it a piece of candy. Smile. And your worst fear turns into an innocent child. Your worst fear turns into you. Because you are an innocent child in your heart, you see. We're all innocent in there. We all have this inner child that just wants to come home. All of our demons and monsters all that we have rejected, our shadows, our ego, all of the stuff that we refuse to be, to accept, our fears, our negativities, all of that, you see, they just want to come home. So our past and what we deny in our past, what we deny in ourselves, comes at us from the future, dressed in a costume, and we're, oh no, but welcome it, you see. And that's what I'll close with the Buddha. For when the Buddha was awakening, he was sitting under the Bodhi tree, and Mara, his own mind, came to unseat him. So first Mara came with desire, temptation. Oh, you want this candy? You want this sweet, you know? Will this move you off of your inner seat? Will this move your mind? And the Buddha didn't move. So then Mara got angry. Said, well, I'm going to make him afraid. So he brought in armies of demons and arrows and attacked him, elephants and all of that, and attacked him. And the arrows came at him and they became flowers and fell at his feet. He didn't move, you see. And then the third temptation of Buddha was doubt, self-doubt. And Mara, the mind says, who do you think you are? What authority? What credentials do you have to sit there and claim that you are awakened? And the Buddha didn't say anything. He just pointed to the ground. This moment is my authority. This moment is my being. This moment, I sit in this moment of now, and I'm not moved by the fears and desires and the doubts of the mind, you see. I'm not moved by the demons. I give them candy. I say, come on in. Have an M&M. Have a Snickers bar. You see. Have a Skittle. Come on in, you see. I welcome them. And they become little children. They come home. They come back to us. And we're whole and we're complete. And we're content. We're satisfied. We're satisfied. So thanks for dropping in. Have a Zen Fit today.